everyone, welcome to another installment of the First Impression series, a series where we review an album just after one listen. And today we are looking at the new album from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas called Hypertoughness. This was released on January 15th, 2020. Now, this was an album that was actually supposed to come out last year, but however, it got pushed back due to the unfortunate passing of the bassist at the time, Stuya, who passed away from a heart-related failure. He was replaced by bassist Kai, and this, without going further to do, this is going to be me talking about the art. Remember, this is no bearing drum opinion on the music, this is just for fun. This album cover features a green reactor core, with the album title being in this black graffiti-like font on top of the core. The rim of the core appears to be broken into as just those small little bar things on the floor. Overall, this cover kind of does remind me a little bit of the original Xbox startup screen. I'm feeling a 8 out of 10 on this cover. I really do like the aesthetic of it. We're going to be going into the album, and we're going to be talking about each song here. We start out with The Stronger, The Further You'll Be. Really like those synths and the builds up in the main riff as well. The guitar riff is solid too. The synths are good, and they go directly for for a symphonic edge at points. There are some good rave change-ups halfway through the song with a good drum build-up during the rave segment. At the end of the rave section, there is this good transition to a more metal section of the song. There is a solid moment near the end with the piano in the spotlight. Second song is Gong of Knockout. The snare has that gong-like attack on it in the mix. The drumming on this track is solid. There is a great bass riff right before the guitar solo. The guitar solo is great as well. The guitar has a solid lead melody to close the song, and the vocal playoff works very well. Cure is the third song, and the chorus is solid. The soft moment works here, though I do feel it could have had a bigger impact when the screaming comes back in, but the screaming segments of the song are definitely the highlights of it. The fourth song is Great Strange. The compressed synths in the intro don't quite work for me. I feel it would have worked better if the vocals had been slightly compressed. There is a Caribbean kind of feel in this song, and it works. The synths on this track are fantastic, and there's a great bass line too. This song is honestly just one fun rave as a whole. Our fifth song is the Interlude, and there's this great bass slapping in the intro. I love this synth build-up, and the skip-like synths are really good, and there's this 8-bit kind of segue that's pretty neat too. Sixth song is Keep the Heat and Fire Yourself Up. The synths are great in the intro, though the drum snare is too strong on this song. It sticks out horribly during the metal segments. The song has a great synth moment here before going into some nice guitar rhythm. The drum fills are good. There is this little small classical-like moment from the synths before we go into the finale of that particular song. The seventh song is Treasure in Your Hand. The riffs are decent on the song. The piano on this song is well incorporated. The transition into the heavy breakdown is great, and as with Fear and Loathing, the transitions into a little synth instrumental is a standard, but a solid, strong song from the band. Eighth song is Karma. The piano with the synths works in the intro. The synths on the song are good. I find the part where there is screaming main with the piano as the instrumental to be rather interesting. The ninth song is Thoughtless Words Have No Value But Just a Noise. The main riff on the song hits hard. The song is the heavy song in the album, and even with it being more metal and less on the electro side, don't worry, that stuff is still here. This track is fantastic. The fills and the synths when they first come into the song, the drums do these really great fills. 10th song is Where You Belong. Some inclusion of synth strings on here. There's a good snare roll along them right before the chorus. This is probably the album's slow down moment. And then we reach the final song, Massacre. The intro has a good build. Overall, this is a rather by-the-numbers song from the band, but the synths on this thing are good. I do dig the transition to the piano section, and we get these synths that build up fantastically. So those were my thoughts on all the songs. So my overall thoughts on the album as a whole is the snare on this album on a few tracks does sound quite bad in the mix. There are some songs, it's fun. It's just kind of the standard what the band does. There are some rapping segments which appear to take a reggaeton approach, and believe me, they are much better than I'm making them sound. The bass slaps on this thing. Kai is definitely a solid addition to the band, with, of course, no respect to Tetsuya. He was amazing as well. The guitar riffs on this album are solid. The synths are absolutely fantastic on the thing. And the vocal trade-offs on this thing are great. This is an album that actually feels really short when you listen to it. And the signature falling in... I'm sorry. I don't know why I was about to say falling in reverse. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas Vocaloid does feel out of place slightly on some of the more slower sections of the song on this album due to the sections featuring a more organic piano on this release rather than the dominated by the synths. And then also one thing to finally note is the crazy transitions that the band has been known for are still here and they're still as effective as ever. So yeah, this is definitely a really fun album that I'm going to recommend. And I'm going to give Hypertoughness by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas an overall score of 8.5 out of 10, giving it a tier of excellent. And my favorite tracks off this thing is The Stronger, The Further You'll Be, The Gong of Knockout, Interlude, and Thoughtless Words Have No Value But Just a Noise. What were your thoughts on Hypertoughness by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this review, and I hope you all have a great day.